Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to the WCS Season 2 Finals Tournament. It is going to be game number 3 of the quarterfinals between TaeJa and Rain. Rain being a red Protoss player up the top left side of the map, and TaeJa being a blue Terran player down the bottom right of the side of the map. And it does look to me like TaeJa is fated never to be the red player. I don't know if he ever has been, but yeah, it always seems to be blue. And it always seems like Terran players are blue. And yeah, I really have no idea why, but that's just how it seems. So anyway, moving on. This is game number 3 of a best of 5. And so far, TaeJa is ahead 2 games. So he needs one more to take out this entire series. And Rain needs to win something. Actually, in this case, he needs to win everything. From here on, he needs to win 3 games in a row if he wants to make it forward into the semi-finals. And I don't know, man. I mean, Rain has been playing very strongly, but TaeJa has just been playing a little bit stronger. And his use of Ghost has been absolutely exemplary. Rain has been doing great high Templar work. He's been constantly flanking out of nowhere, putting storms on, putting the feedback on the Ghost to kill him off, and he's been doing pretty well. But no, TaeJa's just been doing better with Ghosts. I mean, his snipes on the High Templar have been fantastic. EMP's really nice. If he doesn't snipe a High Templar, he doesn't have time to snipe it. He will EMP it. If he sees 2 or 3 High Templars in a group, he will EMP them. And it's just been really awesome. And this is some risky shit right here. It's not a huge map, but TaeJa deciding to go for a command center before barracks. And that is very risky, in my opinion. I mean, a 4-gate could absolutely demolish TaeJa right now. Just absolutely demolish. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he could hold it off. I can't imagine how we could hold off a 4-gate though with a fast expansion. I just can't. Yeah, we will see that. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be able to put that to the test because Rain is going for an expansion, and I suppose it's just not in the nature of a Masters level player to go for that sort of a one base push. I mean, any sort of attack which just requires one base, which doesn't require getting expansion in the first 5 or 6 minutes, is basically too risky. It's too risky. It's better to go for something a little bit more long term, a little bit safer. And I suppose that's what TaeJa's using against Rain. He says, alright, I know Rain is an extremely macro style player. He loves to get his macro going. So I know I can go for crazy early expansions on a very small map like this. It's not a tiny map, but it's relatively small. You can go for crazy fast expansions on a small map and get away with it, because I know that Rain will definitely want to get that Nexus out and will not try and 4-gate me. So I'm guessing that's what TaeJa's thought process is, and so far it's working pretty well. This SCV is he got some scouting off and he got away, and he took a few bruises as well. So yeah, he is definitely a hero right now. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see if these guys go for exactly the same thing they did in the previous game. I would very heavily bet on Rain going for the same thing, going for some Colossus tech and then transitioning into High Templars. And TaeJa, I do not know. TaeJa could potentially go for something else, but again, I don't know if he will. He may just go for a triple M. I mean, he loves the triple M. He's so good with them. So once again, we may just have a triple M versus Colossus / High Templar play. And these guys actually been quite cheeky, getting in there nice and close. Nexus Overcharge will completely screw this over, but I don't think he has the energy for it right now. But it is a moot point because the Marines all going down. I don't think they really killed any workers there. No, excuse me, 3 workers going down. One of them may have been a scouting probe, but the other 2 probably in there. He did lose 4 Marines doing that, so I do not know. He's still got enough in this bunker. That bunker had a really long range as well, so he should still be able to hold off these guys. I don't know, maybe they'll just run straight past. If they ran straight past, probably one of them would die, but then the other one would be home free, and he could just pull them out of the bunker and go chase it. So, not a huge problem. TaeJa actually got quite a lot of minerals at this point of the game. He really needs to be spending those on something. He's got 3 barracks. I feel like yeah, there we go. There's the factory going down, and a couple of NG bays. So he must have heard me. He must have, yeah, done some sort of time dilation. Heard me telling him that he needed to spend those minerals, and there we go. The phantom voice in his head. We finally found out who actually belongs to that phantom voice, and it turns out it's me. So there we go. Very, very interesting stuff going on. What is this? Just an observer. We haven't seen any sort of crazy Stargate play like we had the first game. Yeah, Rain just choosing to go for some pretty standard stuff in terms of the Protoss. And look at this, another thing coming out. Does TaeJa see it? I feel like he has. I feel like he caught the edge of it. He's got eagle eyes, this TaeJa does, and yeah, he does not have any missile turrets though, so chasing this guy down is going to be a little bit painful. He's going to be able to get out of there nice and safely. And the Marine's going to go around to the 3rd, maybe. But of course, whereas TaeJa can only sort of see the Observer can definitely see everything. And it can get out of the way nice and quickly. Meanwhile, what do we got going out here? That'll just be an SCV going out for a bit of a scout. He's going to see, is Rain going for an extremely fast 3rd? And the answer is going to be... Well, the answer is going to be, I don't know, because I didn't actually go all the way in there. Oh, the SCV. Yes, he has scouted it. There is no 3rd. But there is going to be a 3rd over here. And he's actually got to deal with these rocks. But TaeJa's probably going to surmise that there is still a very good chance of a 3rd base being down there. And he's definitely going to be wanting to scout that out. But Rain loves his observers, man. He really does. He gets observers everywhere. Yeah, well, look, he's actually got 4 observers. 1, 2, 3, and a sneaky little one over there. So that's going to be 4. And this Marine, man, is like super Marine right now. He's just stimming and he's running like there is no tomorrow. Super Marine to the rescue. But so hilarious. An actual pylon going down there. And there's a bunker beautifully placed to defend this, but nobody is in this bunker. So there we go, the Zealots. Going to take out a couple of SCVs, but of course you need constant micro, otherwise they just focus on the bunker. It's a couple of workers that got taken out there, 2 I feel like, and it's very, very even in terms of the units lost, and not really much has happened so far. Wonder if there's a structures lost. No, there's no structures lost. That's interesting. He'll probably just be full of pylons by the end of the game anyway. It's like 1,000,001 pylons. Does he see this guy? TaeJa's eagle eye is failing him a little bit there. His observer needs to be moving around or dancing a little bit. Does the observer have a dance? I don't know. I don't know. It'd be a good idea for an observer to have a dance. It's kind of missing the point of being invisible if you're sort of dancing all over the place. But yeah, a couple more observers over there. He must have seen that, maybe, but he's too worried about other stuff. And yeah, if we actually have a look, or see, if you wheel up and down, you can see them very easily. But if you don't wheel up and down, it's very, very hard to see them. Extremely hard. So wheeling up and down, I don't know if that's technically cheating, but I mean, changing the view settings, giving you an advantage over seeing stuff. I do not know, man. It seems a bit dodgy. It seems like something that probably shouldn't be happening, shouldn't be allowed, but it's there, and I'm quite sure that TaeJa is using it to full advantage. So we have another look over here. There we go. Zoom up, zoom down. We can definitely see that little guy in there, or sort of, when he's actually scouting it. So there is a tip for you, Terran. So anybody facing off against Zerg, you zoom in and you zoom out, and you will see any observers on the map. Actually, maybe I should give TaeJa that tip, because I don't know if he's actually using that. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But this observer right now is going to be seeing everything, absolutely everything. And yeah, that's pretty good for him, seeing all of the stuff. We've got a nice little drop over there, but I feel like that may have been the drop that actually got scared away before. Medevac's got a bit of a broken fender there. So yeah, he definitely was in enemy territory at some point. We might actually have a bunch of stalkers coming in there, but they actually see the Medevacs and are just going to be able to take them out. And meanwhile, this army up there, just taken out. I feel like there was going to be a pylon going down there. Another one coming down there. Might cancel it, or might just let it go down. Might just think about warping it a Zealot to try and save it, but I don't know if that's going to happen. A few Zealots actually coming up from the back. And TaeJa is starting to do his first pretty significant push. And Rain, not quite ready for it. He's going to use some force fields to try and hold this back. He's got a couple of High Templar, but no Storm. And he's really going to have to build a ton of stuff to hold this off. Because he really needs the Storm support to push back a Triple M force of this caliber. And he does not have it yet. Storm's finally down though. And we are going to be starting to see some Storms go down on this army. The Vikings pushing in nice and heavily. And some snipes going down on the High Templar. I'm not sure where they were, but I'm almost certain the High Templar did go down there. The Colossus taking a lot of damage here. The Triple M looking very, very badly scarred, but they're still sort of holding together. However, I feel like it's only a matter of time before this Triple M force just falls apart. However, does Rain have anything left to deal with it? There we go, warping in a bunch of Zealots, and that's enough to push these guys away. We go, the Zealots coming in here, and yeah, he's going to have to duck into the Medevacs and get out there. So great job there, taking out a lot of Colossus. He took out a lot of Colossus, but he lost pretty much everything else. So yeah, kind of evening it out, pretty much. He lost most of his own army, but he destroyed most of the Protoss army. So kind of a straight up trade there. And yeah, I feel like both players are doing pretty well so far. Nobody's gone for a fifth, but both players have their fourth up. The Protoss is only just getting it down though, and actually TaeJa's only just getting this down. So you're only just getting the fourth bases, doing a pretty good job of taking care of the pylons. The Observer is moving, so he's got to be seeing that. Maybe if he's paying attention, but he's thinking about this force in the middle. Actually, he's got to be worried about that, and he's actually moving over there, but was almost going to be hitting it from both sides. He's going to this bloody canyon in the middle, man, such a pain in the ass. But he's pulling all of his forces together. He's looking a little bit light on the Viking numbers, which is not good, and the Storms are starting to come down from all sorts of unexpected places. And that is definitely not going to be good, especially here. You move up in there, you got Storms coming from here, you got Storms coming from there. It's very, very bad news. And you got to have eyes in the back of your head and eyes in the side of your head as well to see all of those coming in. But if anybody can do it, it's definitely going to be TaeJa. The bloody Archon's going down like 2 seconds flat, but the Zealots continuing to put the pressure on. The Vikings trying to do some stuff to the Colossus, but there's just not enough Vikings. But some stimmed up Marauders may actually eventually get this done. The Colossus is going to back off. And this one Colossus might be okay. The Vikings still chasing him, trying to get some ground forces down to hold this off. But just not enough ground forces. The Triple M army too much, although they're starting to get really, really shaken down. The Colossus both going down though, just to the very edge of their tether. And once again, TaeJa has managed to win by the very, very slightest of margins. He's going to need all the reinforcements he can get though, and there we go, Rain, sensing that he cannot save this base, that he doesn't have enough left, and he gives the GG. So Rain taken out 3-0. Such a fantastic job, but TaeJa, the victor in every single game, and some very, very solid TVP play there from our very, very good, awesome player, TaeJa. So thank you very much for watching this awesome, awesome quarterfinal series. TaeJa is going to move on to the semi-finals, and he will be facing either Bomber or Scarlet. So it'll be either a Terran, a TVT in the semi-finals, or a TVZ. And yeah, it'll be really, really interesting. I mean, so far, we've got one of each. We've got first representing the Protoss in the semis, xhaidong representing the Zerg, and now TaeJa representing the Terrans. So I don't know, I'm pretty much happy with either Bomber or Scarlet. But wouldn't it be crazy if in the quarterfinals there were only two Zerg players and in the semi-finals both of the Zerg players made it through? That would be crazy. In fact, in the round of 16 there were only two Zerg players. So Scarlet and xhairymuppetx, the only two Zerg players in the round of 16. And wouldn't it be crazy if they both made it to the semi-finals, man? Absolutely crazy, but... yeah, we were just going to have to go on to the next quarterfinal and find out exactly how it goes. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be coming up very, very soon. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoy this game. Stay tuned.